Hello and welcome to this very short series on WeBWorK at UBC. This series targets a very specific audience, those teachers at UBC who may be willing to explore the possibilities of WeBWorK to assess the homework performance of his or her students. Before beginning, I wanted to acknowledge the continued support and encouragement from two very good friends, Associate Dean Professor Carol Yeager and the Director of Instructional Support at AppSci, Mr. Jim Sibley. And now we are ready to begin. Let's see what we have here for you.
Hello and welcome back. I will be your host and your guide tonight. The conversation this time is about how to create a brand new question in WeBWorK at UBC. Let me go to WeBWorK, log in, and find the course for which we are adding a new question to an existing assignment, an assignment that we've created before in the previous movie. In this case, Elect 342 is the course. In there, I check for the assignment I will be working with. Elect 342 assignment 6, the one we created in the previous video. And we observe this homework set has no problems. It's empty, but we knew that. We need to create new questions there. For a question of an assignment, the first thing I do is to have a very clear picture of what the question will look like. This is the picture in my mind. That's how I want that question to look on the screen of our students. A description of the problem up here, a figure with its caption, and here entry boxes for the answers of the students. Let's read what the problem is to see whether it's clear what we're asking. The box in the figure has a height of 32 inches, a width of 30 inches, and a depth of 24 inches. Calculate and report with at least 4 digits the volume of the box, both in cubic inches and in liters. Check it out. The entry boxes: A, volume box, cubic inches; B, volume box, liters. Observe the figure. Check out what is the caption. This is what I want on the screen of every student. At UBC in Applied Science, we prepare a PowerPoint set of slides for each assignment. In that one, we describe each question this way: identity of the question. Assignment 6, question 1. In parentheses, what is the weight of that question? 10 marks. And what is the number of attempts that we will allow students to try before closing that question? In this case, 3. You can choose 1, 2, 3, 10, unlimited if you want to. The description of the problem. Description. And there we write what the description is going to be. Observe, I want that the height, the width, and the depth is different for every student that attempts this assignment's question. So instead of having constants, I will have variables replacing those parameters: width, depth, and height. Those variables will have random values. We declare them as random variables. Random variables in WeBWorK begin with a dollar sign. Let me call dollar height, dollar width, and dollar depth. But here the random variable is specified for the sake of the programmer, and we say the height is going to be a value in the set between 10 and 40, taking 2 at a time. So that means it could be 10, 12, 14, 16, etc., etc. And then we specify what's going to be the solution. How the solution will be computed. This is for the programmer, and I say the solution will be put in a variable volume in cubic inches that will be computed this way. Will be height times width times depth. We know that. And in parentheses, I write what is the percent of the weight of the question that will be accredited to this answer. In this case, 50% for this question, and the other answer will be volume in liters. And that is just the value stored in the variable volume in cubic inches divided by the constant 61.02, and the weight 50%, the other half of the value of the question. I include in this PowerPoint slide also the figure and the caption for the sake of the programmer of PowerPoint. Allow me. We're almost ready. We need to modify the description of the problem to ensure that the random variable's contents are poured into the description. Instead of saying that the height is 32 inches, no, let me delete that. I say the height is going to be the contents of the variable $age. That is how we write the contents of, putting the name of the variable within square brackets. And the width is going to be not 30, it's going to be brackets and $W inches, and the depth, well, you already know what I'm going to do, brackets and $D. The problem is ready. This is what we supply to the programmer, and now we go to the programmer side to see how he or she will code this into WeBWorK at UBC. To write the problem in WeBWorK, I recommend that you use a proper editor. The one I use is Vim, the editor that is free, and it's available for almost every operating system there is on this planet. It's available for Mac OS, for Windows, for Ubuntu, any other variety of Linux runs Vim. For Unix, I have preloaded the template for one question of WeBWorK. Please observe that most of that are comment lines. The top, all of those are comments that describe what kind of problem it is, what it fixes, and the keywords for search in the database of WeBWorK, and of course the name of the author, the email address, and the institution you belong to, and some macros that need to be loaded. I won't touch any of that. Now, the part where we will be actually working is this one. The rest you do not touch. The setup and the problem proper. In the setup, we define what kind of problem we're going to be working on, a pure numeric number with real numbers or complex numbers, and the tolerance. In this case, I'm using 0.02, that is 2%. There is a section here to declare random variables. There is a section for formulas to compute the answers. And here's a section to assign the answers that will be compared to the answers of the students. In here, where it says begin PGML, that's where we write the description of the problem in terms of the random variables. Here we put exactly, we replace this line by the caption we want for the figure, and in this line we leave everything alone except the name of the file. The name of the file will be the name of the PNG file that has our figure. We'll get to that later. And back here, the answers, but I better show you how all of this works. Let's begin with a description of the problem. Let me replace this, copy and paste. Now we define the random variables H, W, and D, random variables with values between 10 and 40 taken 2 at a time. Here in the random variable section, I define variable height, that is a real number taken randomly between 10 and 40, 2 at a time. For the width and for the depth, we have defined the three variables H, W, and D. Real numbers randomized between 10 and 40 taken 2 at a time. And now the formulas in which we will compute the solution. The solution is going to be volume in cubic inches, right? That will be $H times $W times $D. Oops, $D. And the volume in liters. That will be just volume in cubic inches divided by 6102. We're almost ready. There are two answers that the student should enter, so we declare the variable $ans1 and the $ans2 variables for the two answers. The first one is going to be a real number and has to be this value, vol cubic inches, and the second answer should be the real number, volume in liters. We are ready? No, not really. We go here at the very bottom and we use that line to assess the performance of the student. Weighted answer for answer 1. Compare with the right answer and grant 100% of the marks of the question. No. Here and here. This is the macro weighted answer that will compare the answer of the student with this variable ans1's value. You see the CMP compare, and if they match, 50% of the value of the question will be credited to the data of that one student. And now, the answers of the student has this shape. So let me change this. Part A will be volume. In what units? I write back here the units are going to be cubic inches. All right. And I write something almost like that. Copy and paste. Now we're almost ready. We only need to find where that figure is. We are almost ready. The caption we want here is the box that we have decided. Remember, the box. So let me write this up here. The box. That is a not extremely creative caption, but that will do for this exercise. I think we are ready in this. This file is ready. Let me store that. I will store this file with the name thebox.pl, which is the extension for Perl, which is the underlying language of WeBWorK. We have a figure that is called the box PNG also in our directory, ready to be uploaded to the server. So we save that, we close here, and we go now to the server of WeBWorK. We're in the server and we go to the file manager. We go to local and the directory of the assignment number 6, and in there, that's where the program for the question and the figure should be. We choose that file or those files from the directory where we have it up here. Let's wait. Demo for WeBWorK, the box. That is the Perl program, and upload it up here. There is the question, the box. And now let's upload also. Choose the PNG file, the box, open, upload. We're almost ready. Almost ready. You see they are there. But now we go to the homework sets editor. We pick that assignment number 6, this one. Click on the number of questions and go down here. This set doesn't contain any problem yet. Add one blank problem template to the end of the homework. Click and save changes. Immediately, I can go there and say, hey, now my assignment has one question, even though it's empty, all right? The weight, what is the value of that question? Remember that we wrote that in our PowerPoint slide? We want 10 marks to be the total grade of that one. Maximum attempts for this question, that was specified. Unlimited? No, 3. And this is the critical part, the source file. We gotta tell WeBWorK where in the server is the file with the PL program for that question. In the subdirectory local, set elect 342 assignment 6, and we replace this by the proper name of that question, that is the box PL and save changes. Click on assignment number 6, and it has one problem only. Problem 1, if I click on that one, it says that something is wrong. Let me edit that right here. You see here in Homework Sets Editor, assignment number 6, question 1 with that negative sign. Click on that negative one, and you open the code inside of it. Let me go to the very bottom, and I'll tell you what it is. The name of the figure is wrong. The name of the figure is the box, and the size, we leave it as it is. Scroll down, update, open in the same window, take action, and now finally we have the question the way we want it to look. And that is all. Thank you very much.